Hello, hello. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, make sure you're all the way in on Zencaster.
Okay.
Thank you guys for joining us from startup to takeover. We are on day 25 of our 30-day challenge. So thank you guys. Thank you for coming in and going along with us again. So Kim, how was your day?
It was good. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, because I went off and came back on. I'm sorry. It was a good day. I had a good day. A good day. I did some I started a new project for August, due for August for someone. And something interesting. I listened to music today. I listened to a lot of music, but it was like 90s music in that era. And it kind of like ministered to me of things, had me thanking God for certain songs you could listen to. It bring you back to certain situations and things. Wow. Yeah. So good day. How about yourself?
I've just been relaxing, laying down all day today. A little under the weather, but so I've just been resting.
Oh,
So I did go in the garden for just a little bit. I couldn't even stay out there long, so I just came back in and just laid down. Other than
oh,
that, though, nothing else is going on.
oh. Well,
We were gonna go to Philly, but I wasn't feeling good, so we didn't take the drive. It's only take us like an hour and a half, I think, to get there. So we like
yeah.
to go just go get the Philly cheesesteaks, but we didn't.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so maybe we'll go next weekend.
Oh, I'm sorry. It may be something you taste, put in your mouth or something, or some maybe
I don't know, child. Who knows? But
you
yeah.
kind of, yeah,
Hmm?
but just feel better. Just feel better. Just thank you for showing up anyway. Even though you felt better, we have what, 6 more days to go. So you're gonna push through. We're gonna push through. Push
Yeah.
through.
I was like, okay, 5 days after today, let's go. Let's get to it.
Yes,
Oh
push.
yeah. So you would listen to 90s music, any particular
I
artist,
did.
or was various artists?
It was various artists. It was like just 90s, like 90s when we were living life, like lifing. It was that type of music, and the music kind of ministered to me. Like I was listening to the music, and I went to thanking God for getting me out of situations and not letting situations happen, and
Mhm,
looking at
mhm.
things that happen now with that music just brought it. And then it was like I listened to it for a long period of time. Like I woke up wanting to listen to music, didn't understand. And I sat there and listened to that music, and it kind of ministered to me a lot. Then I got off that. Once I got off that, it showed me, after I praised God, cried, or whatever I needed to do in that time. And then I started to look at how we had the hairstyles, how we wanted to imitate those hairstyles, the attire. They had nice clothing, boys, the men. I'm looking at them how they were dressed, like they were dressed back in the day. And then you did have those ones that were revealing, but I kind of looked and I saw that the ones that were really revealing were the models that were, in the scene. But the
Yeah.
singers were
Yeah.
classy and dressed. You know, we wanted to
They
buy
were
those.
clean, honey. They were clean.
Yeah, they
Yes.
were clean versus now. I know it's, you know, we have, you know, raunchy in every generation, but in the 90s it was classy, but you did have, you know, kind of
They just
rebel.
weren't the majority. Yeah, the
Yes,
raunchy was a majority.
yes,
Yeah, and then
yeah,
it just unfortunately it got away from
yeah,
that.
yeah,
And people, I don't know what it is. They really enjoy the type of music that they listen to now, and maybe because
yeah,
we're older. I remember
yeah.
my
That
mom
was
being like,
one
"Why
thing
y'all?"
too.
My mom used to be like complaining about our music though, so I think maybe that's just what it. No, I ain't gonna say that's just what it is, but because,
Latrice, I
because
listened to that
although
music.
she complained about our music, the music now is way worse. I
But
think.
you know what? I listened to that music. I really like it was ministering to me. I was listening to the music and I was like, well, Lord, well, we don't even know what we were saying. Like I went back and listening to some of the music, it was saying, I don't want to live anymore. I was like, we just repeating stuff in the songs because we were in love, and those songs, the music sounded so good. And we were listening to those songs, just repeating that stuff. Like I couldn't repeat it listening to it now, even though it sounded so good. Certain lines I couldn't even repeat because of what it was saying. Does that make sense to you?
Depending on what, you know, when I think of Freddie Jackson, my back in the day, you know, when I was like elementary, I was in love with being in love child in elementary. But they, so what were you talking about as far as when they were saying they don't want to live? What are you talking about?
No, a lot of you I can't name a lot of the songs that I was listening to, but a lot of the songs in the back of the day was like love songs because they broke
Oh
up, they
yeah,
didn't
I got you. You're right.
live
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah.
Hmm.
And we
Yeah.
were repeating that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, in the songs. And I was like, now that I'm, even though the songs still, they were still sounding so good, I was still singing it. But when I got to certain parts, I'd be like, I don't want to die. You know, I'm saying opposite of what they're saying now, even though the music still sounded good.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. We were just singing. But now I think they know what they're saying and they enjoy it. I
Yeah,
think
they do.
there's a lot of demonic spirits roaming, man.
It is.
I just saw something and I sent it to my loved one saying, you know, just don't do nothing to go to prison. I saw
Yeah.
a clip. I was laying on the couch and there was a clip that came across my feed, and it's
Hmm.
on this guy called Vlad TV. I don't know if you ever heard of Vlad TV.
Yep.
And
Yep.
he was doing an interview, and these two black gentlemen was talking about a father in prison who has to be there for life. His son came to prison and he made him his sissy,
Mm,
his own son.
mm.
And when I tell you, not just disgust, my heart ached, my stomach. I was just like the
What?
demonic spirit
It is so.
to say, I'll break my son and make him a sissy before y'all will. And he made his son his sissy. Versus saying, I'll teach my son how to defend himself. It's just the demonic nature.
Yeah.
It's getting worse. And don't get me wrong, we know people have molested incest. We do know that. But you openly make your son your sissy in prison. And the
Wow.
two guys that was also given the interview, one of them did 30 years, and he almost tried to justify. He tried, and I don't care for Vlad, but he did. Vlad did say, "No, you can't make me. You can't give no excuse to make me say that that's okay." You know, the guy was trying to make an excuse, like, well, I forgot what he said, but whatever it was, it just made me feel like, okay, so he must got some, you know. Anyway, but I don't know. I think that
That was a sick way of you thinking to protect your child
girl, and I was like,
because
they're oh, let my
that's the way
loved one go
you
and never go. Let them
that's
never
the
go.
way of protecting your child is to not by
To raise
letting
it
anyone
down.
else
Yeah,
do it. You're
you
gonna
away.
do it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy. That's
sick.
crazy.
So, and it just, oh my God,
Well, you
I'm
know,
just like, what are you thinking?
it's a
Hmm?
lot of demonic spirits running around.
It
You know,
is. And they don't even know that it's
the devil out. You say he's gonna let the devil out for a little while, but don't
it's
be
like
afraid.
they don't even know even know how demonic it is there. And then the guy was even saying, well, then a lot of the kids that come, he was saying that he named the place, you know, I don't know these places, but he named it. But he said a lot of the young men come in as teenagers and they've never even been with a woman. And so all they know now is just, I was like, oh my God, this is just, you know stuff, but then when you hear people talk about it, actually experience it, it's just like, it's almost like, let me just lay back down and go to sleep. Let me start today over, you know? We hear of all kind of stuff, you know, growing up. Like I told you, my father, one of those, he would tell you, but he don't want you to experience it. So you've heard this kind of stuff, but then when you hear firsthand take, it's just something different. It's different. And it just broke my heart that this is out here. And we know it's going on, but just to hear it and the fact that someone was trying, he wasn't saying yes, he's trying to normalize it, but it gave me the feeling that he tried to normalize it, trying to give a reason behind it. There's no reason. You can't reason that.
He was trying to give a reason why he was trying to give a reason why he used this form of protection.
And then, he went further than that. No, he was trying to reason the whole thing. And then the guy that was with him that also went to prison, I don't know if the same one, but it must have been, because he said we had a good time up in there. And I'm saying to myself, what? How do you say you had a good time in prison when you just talked about rape? So I don't know. I was already not feeling well. Then that just made it worse. And I was just, I just pray my loved ones do not get caught up in this demonic stuff.
That's why you have to watch what you intake, what you consume, because it'll consume you. That's the word. Don't see it in, you watch and wait. You watch to see what's going to happen so you can know what to do, but you're not supposed to just like sit there and consume it, because you will consume it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to know what's going on in the world. You just got to choose not to participate.
Right.
Like I've known people that was doing bad stuff, but I know what they're about, and I exit. I remove myself from being amongst them. And it's the same, I think, as in your household, what you have on your TV, what do you have on your radio, and what's coming out your spouse's mouth. It's your mouth. Yeah, those children are taking all that in. And I was just like, okay, your son came to prison, not jail. So already that's the father's fault for being absent. And then whatever else is going on with the mom for now the son to end up in prison. So it's just, I don't know.
It's like the demonic activity has been out here. It's just now it's more dominant. Like you can see it more. You see it a lot. You hear it a lot.
Yeah.
You're seeing it more. Like it's coming out. Like blinders are coming out, and you can just see all the evil.
Yeah.
You're seeing so much evil, and you don't see as much love. So you're wondering what's going on.
I will say thank God in those comments, though. I didn't see not one on nobody's side. They was I was so glad that even in the comments it was discussed, sickening, heartbreaking. Because a lot of times you get mixed reviews, but no, not for this one. And I was grateful for that, to read that. I couldn't find, and there was a lot of I was just scrolling down, and I didn't read not one. So so that's pretty much all what was going on for me today. So that kind of like in a downward spiral, I guess. But I feel that our men need to do better, and it was just he's a representation of men, so it just made me just think more about what we talk about as far as the men stepping up, changing this dynamic, removing all this prison, jail, this lifestyle, this way of thinking that this is how they're supposed to live, survival of the fittest, take anybody down to get what I want. I'll hurt you and your family to get what I want, which is to me by selling drugs. That's still hurting you and your family to get what I want. I remember me and a family member had a discussion because I was so against what he was doing. I was like, yeah, you're saying you're not harming your family members, but you're harming somebody else's family member. If you're selling drugs that can cause all type of negativity, right? Take it down any lane you want, then that's being selfish and you're not looking out for your next man. And I remember the family member that I was having the conversation with, he was very upset because he felt like I was talking negatively to him. And I looked directly at him and said, I am. I was 18 years old. I said, I am. How are you selling that? Well, somebody got to sell it to him, but it don't have to be you. There are choices in everything. And to want $1 at any cost, I don't like being around those type people. I never have. And I won't make an excuse for you just because you're my blood, right? I'll give you my truthful opinion and I'll go on about my business. I'll separate myself from you. And that's what I did. And that's how I've always tried to be, give you my opinion and go on about my business, let you live whatever life you want to live. But I'm not going to love on you and act like what you're doing is okay when you're out here wanting $1 at any cost.
And see, it comes from like what people see. That's all they're seeing. You got to run and get a bag. If you're not seeing, you got to hear. You got to run and get a bag. You got to run and get a bag. You got to run and get a bag. You got to hustle to get a bag. You got to hustle get a bag. You got to hustle get a bag. It's like everything is hustle get a bag, hustle get a bag, hustle get a bag, work to get a bag, work to get a bag, work to get a bag. Once you get the bag, then how happy are you?
Girl, they're not. They're not.
You gotta, they keep going and going and going, and people don't want to take time to grow. They want it overnight. So they're doing things to get it overnight. People don't want to take time to grow, to learn as they grow.
Yeah. And I'm like, looking at those, what do you call those? The movie that I told you, I like watching movies, but you couldn't catch me living those lifestyle. I'd be watching the movies and I'd be like, how do women date these men? Like mentally. But it's like, I guess they can date the men just like how do the men decide they want to do it. I don't care what race you are. I think it's sick. It's sick to not care about a pregnant woman, even if she don't care about herself. Sometimes you got to care about someone when they just don't care about themselves, But there are just so many people who are so self-serving that it just doesn't matter to them. And some people see that and glorify it and see how I see it as entertainment and go on about my business. And some people see it just like with the music. They glorify it and then they find themselves down that rabbit hole thinking it's not going to happen to them. And then they're in prison. And then their family is torn. And
that comes with the word. People are going to be lovers of themselves. And that's what's happening. People are lovers of themselves.
Yeah. Always have been. Yeah. Always have been.
That's what I said. It's dominant now. It's out there.
I just wish that the men would take a turn and the women take note as well. And again, I think that's just going to start with small conversations. What you and I said, we're going to, what we talked offline, what we're going to do. But yeah, I can't wait for the change.
Yeah.
At least the majority of who I'm around, because my circle's small, but my circle is small because of my choices, and I get that. I don't believe in numbers and needing to have a whole bunch of friends or
that's right,
whatever you want to call them, because that come at a risk. So I have to, and I always had to choose selectively. So my world is small. That's why you be like, oh well. You don't. I'm like, yeah, but I know of. I may not know. I'm not gonna hang around, but I know of. And that's what I said.
Mine's small. I know a lot. I've been around a lot, but my circle is very, 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 very small. Like one hand small, and then you're gonna have some fingers left over.
Yeah. Then I want the ones who think that the way they're living is the way. I want them to see that there's something different. Don't let people make you believe that.
I pray to God that, in my growth, in my healing, in my change, in my deliverance, or whatever, that people can see. Some of the people that are around me can see that and want to change, want to change because they see that in me and they see what's going on with me, or, you know, a difference, and they want to know and they want it to happen. That's what I pray to God, that they see, you know, change me. If I'm doing anything wrong, like the cursing, that's my thing. I have to like, I'm
Girl,
learning.
I'm working. That is mine. I've been working on trying to stop cursing for so long. And
And
I'm not giving up. Do you hear me?
I
I'm
don't
gonna change
anymore. It's the I have
tomorrow.
to tell the Holy Spirit. That's what the pastor said. We can't do it. You got to ask the Holy Spirit, help me, Holy Spirit. You know I can't do it. I be saying, Holy Spirit,
Mhm.
please, I'm sorry. Help me. So that now I'm being aware, and
Yeah.
I think that's growth. Being aware that this
Mhm.
is what you're doing.
Yeah.
This is what you're saying. How are you praising the Lord using that kind of language?
Girl. Yes. And I think it's also it's coming in from somewhere. So I'm like, is it my TV shows? Yep. Every
Yes.
TV show that I watch, even if it's something as light as Sisters, Tyler Perry showed like the Sisters. I love that show. That you still it's
Yeah.
still the cursing, and if I'm scrolling something on social media, it's gonna be something coming up my feed and somebody gonna be going off. And then, you know, even if I scroll past it, so it's like what goes in is going to come out. So I still
Mhm.
have to work on what the majority is that I'm receiving. I still have to ensure that majority of what I'm receiving is positive.
Mhm.
It's definitely
Mhm.
is not negative, which majority is, but I think it has to be more because I've been cursing for years as a kid, right? My mom, my dad, you say she cussed like a sailor, right? My mom never been in the military, but baby, she can let loose some words that I
Mhm.
remember even cursing at 7, 8 years old, right?
Mhm.
And my mom
Mhm.
catching me cursing. So I've been cursing for a long time.
Mhm.
Um, and so I understand that is not good. And I'm definitely gonna fix that though.
Oh my goodness. Not at 7. And I believe it too, because these little kids be
Yeah.
cussing. I said, I know you're not, because I must have been cussing when I was 6 or
Girl,
7.
my mother couldn't have a sentence without a curse word. That's what I was around. Yeah.
I'm like,
So
these kids be cussing like something up, something. They know.
girl, I know I was because let me tell you, you know, my mama, where my mother's mother used to live, right? And they had the gas station down there. We had the game room, we had the laundromat, and remember?
Yeah.
So I was like 7 or 8, and me and my mom, because the washer had broke, so we went to go use the laundromat that we knew was close to my grandmother's house. And girl, here come my grandmother hopping down, you know, bouncing down the street. And my mom was like, let's just hide from mama. And I was like, okay, you know. So I go with my mom. We go in the lunch around the corner on the outside of the laundromat, and we right at the corner of it, and we squatted down. We just looking up, peeking our head around the corner, right? So here come my grandma. She getting closer and closer. Child, when she get ready to open the door, I peek my little head out, and I think my grandmama had saw me. So I moved my head back. I said,
Uh-uh.
oh
Uh-uh.
shit, girl. Latrice. Oh, you wait till I tell you that. I don't believe you cussing. I'm like, oh Lord. She said, you will not believe I heard Latrice, and she cursed like she just been saying it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I never forget it.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you heard it. You was hearing it.
Yeah,
That's what these
all
kids,
the
these
time.
kids be on video. The parents be recording them cussing and thinking it's funny.
Oh,
It's not funny when
no,
they
my
get out
mama did
of
not think
that
that
age.
was funny. Mm-mm. You wait till I get
I,
home and tell your dad that
I
girl.
didn't. I
Mm-mm.
never thought little kids cussing was funny. That's why I said, let me get myself together, because they only imitate us.
Yeah, that's it. It's a reflection of you, or,
Yeah.
what you have them around. Because see, even if
Mm-hmm.
it's not you, and you have them around others who are doing it,
Mm-hmm.
they're still going to pick up on it. Which is why we still have to be selective in all areas,
Mm-hmm.
not just in our home where our children are going. Um, you know, who we call our friends.
Right.
Well, we want our children hanging around us and our friends. Let's say there's an event at one of our friends' house. Would we feel comfortable if we were all there and we're playing music and let's say barbecuing? Would you feel comfortable with your kids sitting out there where they're supposed to go to another room that tells you something? I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
that speaks volumes. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, that you're right, because you think your closest friends, would you be comfortable with sending your child to your closest friend house without you being present?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
too, present or not present. You got it just because even if they're not a lot of people say, well, when grown folks, stay out of grown folks' mouth, and but what are you grown
Mhm.
folks talking about? I'm just There's a lot that still goes into grown people need to be held responsible and accountable for how they are. Just because you are an adult does not mean you get to live and be any kind of way. And I think a lot of times they want to be able to smoke, drink, curse, whatever. Then they want to go throw the kids over there in the corner. And it's like, okay, well, that smoking, drinking, cursing up a storm, maybe that ain't what you need to be doing. And I think
Mhm.
a lot of times they didn't look at that. They just thought because they're grown, they can do what
Mhm.
they want to do. And that's not how the world really should be evolving. We should not be
Yeah.
out here just
Yeah.
doing whatever we want to do because without no rules and laws, we are in trouble as a human race. We are in
Yeah.
trouble. And a lot of people don't like laws and rules, but baby, if we didn't have them, it would be more chaotic than it already is.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really would be because some people don't give a doggone. So if you didn't have no rules and laws, where would we be? So yeah,
Yeah.
I think adults we got to clean up ourselves. We got to clean up ourselves first instead of
Yeah.
just telling these kids what they need to do.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
right. Because they, like I said, they imitate us,
yeah,
and that's why we need, and it's in the Bible that we need a spiritual leader here on earth, a spiritual leader that you can follow, that you imitate, because you're supposed to imitate your
hmm
spiritual leader.
right,
So
right.
if we're getting it, we can let other people see it, and maybe they could pick up, change their mind, change their way of thinking.
hmm Yeah,
Yeah, turn things around.
absolutely, absolutely. Yep. I guess that's all I got to say about that. It just got me a little down.
Yeah, but you'll come up. Just change
Oh
your
yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
Just change your thinking. Find you something happy.
Oh, I am. As soon as I get off here, I'm gonna go lay down. That's gonna be my happy. I'm going to
Yeah,
sleep early tonight.
you just feel bad. I don't think it's like you're down,
Mhm.
maybe a little bit, but I think it probably come from you feeling bad. It's something that have you feeling bad.
Yeah, I also feel bad. Yeah, I
Yeah,
also feel bad. Mhm.
I'm not gonna talk about
But
it, but
I still was gonna get on this podcast and talk though.
yeah, I don't.
I was
We're not gonna get into it right now, but I do want
like,
to just touch on it really quickly. I was
mhm,
watching this podcast. Just it was on TikTok, but it was a short on YouTube, but it was TikTok, and they
mhm.
were talking about the women. I don't want to say it wrong. I'm gonna send it to you. It was talking about how the women say they want to. A good man, the best man they can have, the best man he can be, but the women waking up saying they trying to be the best man they can be. I'm gonna have to send it to
I'm
you.
lost. Wait a minute, hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah. I'm,
Women trying to be the best man that they can
yeah,
be. The woman?
yeah.
Oh
That's
God,
what
Jesus.
he said. Yeah, I have to send it to you, baby. I was trying to look it up because I'm like, no, he did not. But
Yeah,
it
please
did
send that
make
to me.
sense because he was saying like we looking for the man, the best man we can get, but we waking up, women waking up saying they want to be the best man they can be. We trying to wake up trying to be the best man we can be. I don't know if he was saying it like a figure of speech, best man we can be, or was he saying it trying to get a point across?
Yeah, send it to me. That's
I will.
kind of interesting. I think I know where he was going, and I think I may
Mhm.
agree with him, but I want because I think I said this a week or two ago. But
Yeah,
send it to me because I want to
I will.
I want to see. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, maybe we can kind of dive into that one
I
tomorrow.
know it. I said,
Um,
okay, then you know you didn't, but okay.
well,
Yeah.
well, just a little bit that I'm thinking. I'm not gonna call him a liar, but okay. Well,
I'm gonna send it to you so you can see it. I
I'm
gotta
not
go
saying
back
you
and kind of look.
lie, honey.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
But all right, you guys, it is 8:30. Thank you for bearing with us today. Um,
Thank you. Thank you.
as we continue on our 30-day challenge. Tomorrow
Ah,
will be
more
5 days remaining as we count down.
days.
Well, we will show up at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 30 minutes, for 30 days. After that,
Thank you.
Kim and I will go back to our Tuesdays and Thursdays. Again, thank you guys for walking with us, growing with us on our continued journey. And from startup to takeover, we are out.
Good night.
Good night.